Hello, yogis. Today's class is an intermediate Vinyasa yoga class, and we'll begin in an extended child's pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground. And just begin to slow your breath down. As you inhale, feel your belly expanding. And as you exhale, press all the stale air out. Perhaps you'd like to set your intention for your practice today. Maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice to yourself or to someone in need, or just to a characteristic you want more of in your life, such as love, happiness, or peace. Just hold on to this intention as we flow with the breath. And remember, you can always return to child's pose or extended child's pose at any point during this practice when you need to rest. Inhale, come to tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Take an exhale here. Inhale, arch your back, bring your gaze forward. Broaden through your collarbones. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round your spine. Your head is the last thing to drop. Inhale, arch, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to a neutral position. Scoot your hands 6 inches to a foot in front of you. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out here for this first one if that feels good. Bend one knee and then the other. Or take a static downward facing dog, your choice. Your wrists should be just wider than your shoulders with your fingers spread wide. Your feet are hip bone distance apart. And your gaze is between your thighs. Take one deep inhale. Exhale back to extended child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground. Find that steady rate of breath. The breath is the most important aspect of our yoga practice. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a static downward facing dog this time. And we'll hold this down dog for 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended child's pose. Really allow your body to relax here. Always use your child's pose as an opportunity to slow the breath, to come back to your intention. Inhale, come back to tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees, bring your gaze between your hands. Exhale, step to ragdoll. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Grab your elbows and allow your head to hang. If you'd like, maybe just rock from side to side if that feels good and appropriate for your body today. And slowly come back to center, bend your knees. Inhale, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Allow your arms to be heavy. Exhale, roll your shoulders back at the top. You can keep your feet hip width distance apart or bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, your choice. Inhale, sweep your arms up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine, hands to your shins or the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, nice flat back, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hug the belly in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Nice flat back. Come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to your upward facing dog or baby cobra, broaden through your collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog, engage your core, lift your hips up and back. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Bring your gaze up. Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, step back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Pause here for a moment. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice your breath. Slowly open your eyes. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back for chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, hands to your shins or the floor. Exhale, step or hop back, high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Rise up, warrior 1. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale, flow through your chaturanga dandasana, your high to low plank, or you can skip it and come straight to down dog, your choice. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands, rise, warrior 1. Palms come to touch. Exhale, take your flow or skip it and step straight back to down dog, your choice. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit your hips back. Reach your arms up. Exhale, come all the way back to standing. Take a few deep breaths. Close the eyes. Come to notice the sensations of your body. Open the eyes. Inhale, bend your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands, warrior one. Palms come to touch. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps between the hands, rise, warrior one. Palms come to touch. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit your hips back. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Good, few deep breaths. There's a different sensation in the body when we learn to slow the breath down. Notice the pause between your inhale and your exhale. Open the eyes. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, sweep your arms back, interlace your fingers, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step your left foot back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, rise up, hook your thumbs for a low lunge, open the chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Lower your knees, chest, chin all the way to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, come through tabletop. Tuck your toes as if you're coming into child's pose. And then rise back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Hook your thumbs. Reach up, low lunge. Open the chest. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, rise. Hook the thumbs. Low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift your right leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, sweep your arms back, interlace your fingers, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, lower your right knee to the ground. Inhale, low lunge, hook the thumbs. Exhale, plant your hands, step to down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, rise to cobra. Keep your elbows bent, open the chest. Exhale, tuck your toes as if you're coming into child's pose. And then lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands, lower the right knee down, rise up, low lunge, hook your thumbs. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands, rise, low lunge, hook the thumbs. Exhale, plant your hands, step to downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift your left leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees for chair pose. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Place your hands on your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward and grab your big toes with your peace fingers and your thumb. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward. Allow your elbows to come out to the side. Let your head be loose here. Release any tension in your upper back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, bring your gaze forward, slide your hands underneath your feet this time. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold forward, bringing your elbows out to the side. Few deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Release your hands from under your feet. Heel toe your feet out to the sides of your mat so that your feet are turned out all the way to the edge of your mat. Inhale, exhale, Malasana. Bring your hips down. Bring your hands to heart center. Use your elbows to pry open the thighs. And imagine that there's a nice straight line all the way from the crown of your head to your tailbone. You can stay right here, take your crow pose. If you're taking crow pose, bring your hands out in front of you. Bring your knees in towards your armpits as far as you can. Bring your gaze about 3 feet in front of you. Bend your elbows like you're coming into your chaturanga and lift your hips up toward the ceiling. This might be enough for you on the toes, or maybe just lift one foot up and then the other, or both feet up. So again, you're either in that malasana or practicing your crow pose, your choice. If you've been practicing your jump backs and your crow pose, on an inhale, exhale, take it back to your chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale will all meet in downward facing dog. So if you're in malasana, take your flow and meet us in down dog. And then take a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching, forehead to the ground. Just come back to your intention for your practice today. Come back to the present moment, right here, right now. This practice is designed to allow you to fully breathe into your belly and to really experience the breath. Inhale, come back to tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out through your mouth. Inhale, lift your right leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. 90-degree bend in your right knee. Ground through the outer edge of your left foot. And soften your shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Gaze over your right middle finger. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Breathe deeply. Feel your entire belly expand on your inhale. And press all the stale air out on your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your left hand back, right arm up. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bring your right fingertips directly under your right shoulder. Your left leg lifts up off the ground. Your left hand can be on your hip or extending straight up toward the sky. Flex through your left foot. Stay here. Or bend your left knee and reach back for the top of your left foot. Opening up for sugar cane pose. If you're holding the foot, slowly release. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Square your hips, flex through your left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, revolved half moon. Keep your left hand planted. Reach your right arm up toward the sky. Really flex through your back foot. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower your right hand down. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center for a variation of warrior three. Inhale, hug your left knee into your chest. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Exhale, figure four. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Option one, stay here. Option two, begin to lower your elbows down towards your shin. Option three, you can place your fingertips on the ground, keeping a bend in your right knee. And option four, if it's part of your practice to take your flying pigeon, you'll hook your left foot on the top of your right shoulder. Use your triceps to stack the shin on the triceps. Again, that chaturanga bend. Bring your gaze forward. Maybe lift your right foot up, bending the knee, or straighten the leg. If you're in the arm balance, on an exhale, slowly lower down. Come back to your figure four. Good. Inhale, come all the way up and release. Shake it out. If you've come off the top of your mat, just step your way back to the top of your mat. Close your eyes, take a few breaths here. Open the eyes, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out through your mouth. Inhale, lift your left leg, flex your foot, square your hips. Exhale, plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Deep breaths. If you've noticed your breath has started to quicken, just slow the breath. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, heel to arch alignment. If you glance down, you should still be able to see your left big toe. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bring your left hand under the shoulder. Reach that right leg up toward your hip. Flex through your right foot. You can keep your right hand on your hip or extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. Stay here, or bend your right knee, clasping the top of your right foot. Open the hip for sugar cane pose. If you're clasping the foot, slowly release. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Square your right foot toward the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, revolved half moon. Bring that left arm up, right arm stays down this time. Focus on squaring your hips. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center for warrior three. Inhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Exhale, figure four, cross your right ankle over the left thigh, bend your left knee. Option one, stay here. Option two, lower your elbows down toward your shin. Option three, reach the fingertips down toward the ground, flexing your right foot, hooking it around your left shoulder. And option four, if you're working on the arm balance, really bend into your left knee. Flex as hard as you can through that right foot. Hook the foot on the left shoulder. Use your triceps as a shelf. Bend your elbows, look forward. Maybe lift your left foot up. Maybe extend it straight. If you're in the arm balance, slowly lower down. We'll meet back in figure four. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Shake it out. From here, we'll come into tree pose. Ground through your left foot. You can either just bring your right foot out to the side, maybe along the outside of your calf or the upper thigh. Your hands are at heart center or any other variation that works for you. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hug your knee into your chest. Stay right here. Or you can take your fingers around your right big toe. Your left hand is on your hip. Inhale. Exhale, extend your right leg straight. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Good. Switch sides. Ground through your right foot. Bring your left foot out to the side, maybe along your calf or to the upper thigh. Just avoid placing the foot on your knee. Your hands can be at heart center or any other variation that works for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hug your left knee into your chest. Stay here or bring your right hand to your hip. Hook your fingers around your left big toe. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Bend your knees and just step your left foot back about 3 feet behind you. Heel to heel alignment here, wider. Square your hips, inhale. Exhale, come forward over your right leg. Take a pause, inhale. Exhale, reach your hands down toward the ground, or if you have blocks, you can reach your hands to your blocks and slowly release your forehead toward your shin. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands back to your hips. Exhale, rise all the way up. And just turn so that you're now facing over your left foot. Heel to heel alignments are wider. You should be facing the back of your mat. Inhale, exhale, come forward, pause. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Bring your forehead toward your left shin. Both legs are as straight as possible. Again, you can always have your hands on some blocks here. Inhale, lengthen, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, rise up, and then turn so that you're in a wide-legged stance. Big toes in, heels slightly out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Bring the crown of your head towards your mat. It's okay if your head's not touching your mat. Perfectly normal. You can stay here. If headstand's part of your practice, you can interlace your fingers, coming up into your headstand. Nice and slow. Again, only take this variation if you've been practicing headstand for a while and are comfortable with headstanding in the middle of the room. You can always headstand at your wall as well. Inhale. Exhale, if you're in headstand, slowly lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, skandasana to your right. Bend your right knee. Flex through your left foot. Straighten the left leg. Bring your hands to heart center. Maybe close your eyes. If finding in skandasana is part of your practice, you can reach your right hand in front of your shin. Your left arm comes up toward the sky, and then reach your left arm behind and your right arm under to clasp your fingertips. Slowly release the bind. Inhale, turn over your right foot, lower your left knee down. Reach your arms up, low lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, straighten your right leg. Flex through your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. You can stay here, or if full splits, full Hanumanasana is part of your practice, you can slowly make your way into your splits. Ensure you're still flexing through your right foot. If you're in full splits, inhale, press your way back to half splits. Exhale here. Inhale, we'll all bend back in to the right knee, reach the arms up, low lunge. Exhale, come back into skandasana, right knee bent, left foot straight. Inhale, come through a wide-legged stance. Bend your knees, interlace your fingers behind you, open the chest. Exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold. Imagine that your fingertips are touching the floor behind you. Inhale, halfway lift, release your fingers. Exhale, Skandasana to your left this time. Flex through your right foot. Bring your hands to heart center. Maybe close your eyes. If binding is part of your practice, you can reach your left hand in front of the left shin. Right arm reaches up and around. Bend the arms to clasp the fingertips. Your gaze is up over your right shoulder. Slowly release the bind. Inhale, turn over your left foot so you're facing the back of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Inhale, rise up to low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten your left leg, flex through your left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here or take your full splits if that's in your practice, keeping your left foot flexed. If you're in your full splits, inhale, come back to your half splits. Bend your left knee, reach up for low lunge. Exhale, Skandasana, back to your left. Inhale. Exhale, come through center. Skandasana to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, Skandasana to your left. Inhale to center. Exhale, Skandasana to your right. Inhale, turn back over your right foot. Step back to your plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. From here, bend your knees, step, hop, or jump through to a seated position. And then roll all the way down onto your back. We'll set up for bridge pose. Bring your heels in towards your bum. Press your palms down outside your hips. Inhale, lift your hips toward the sky. Interlace your fingers underneath you. Shrug one shoulder under and then the other. Plant the back of your head firmly on your mat. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, slowly release. For this next bridge pose, your choice. You can take bridge again, or a full wheel is part of your practice. You can take a full wheel. We didn't do a whole lot to warm up the shoulders today. So just make sure that you know your body and whether or not you're warmed up enough for full wheel. If you're not, just stick with bridge pose. If you're taking full wheel, you'll bring your hands outside your ears. Take a deep inhale, press up to the crown of your head, and then all the way up. Or you're in bridge pose, we'll take 5 breaths. If you're in full wheel, inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Just pause here a moment. And then slowly begin to rock your way back. Coming into your boat pose. You can always have your hands behind your hamstrings here, or reach your arms out. Maybe straighten your legs if that's part of your practice for 3, 2, and slowly release. Straighten your right leg out. Bring the sole of your left foot to your inner thigh. Square yourself over your right leg. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, release. Switch sides. Straighten your left leg. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, come forward. Release your forehead towards your shin. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, release. Come into double pigeon. I'll face you so you can see your left shin's parallel. Stack your right ankle on the left knee. And if you need a block, you can always place a block underneath your knee. Otherwise, you want to stack your shins here. If you gaze down, you should still be able to see a triangle between your thighs. You'll stay upright, or if you have the flexibility, you can bring your elbows down onto the ground. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release, switch sides. The right foot's on the bottom. Stack your left ankle on the right knee. The left knee is on the right ankle. Again, you can always have a block here. Glance down and make sure you see that triangle between your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, stay there or fold forward. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Roll all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your arms out to a cactus or a T. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees over to your right. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to your left. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. You can come into Shavasana, or if shoulder stands part of your practice, lift your feet up and bring your fingertips along the upper back. Your toes are straight up toward the ceiling. And if you'd like, you can lower the toes back for plow pose. Keep your hands on the upper back. And then slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Come into Shavasana, your final relaxation pose. Straighten your legs. Turn your palms up toward the sky. Close your eyes. Allow your body to be completely supported by the earth here. And know that you have nowhere else to be but in this moment. If you have the time, I encourage you to stay here as long as you like. But if you're ready to reawaken the body, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking some circles with your wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up overhead and point your toes for a full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe just rock from side to side to massage the low back. And gently roll onto either side for a few breaths in the fetal position. Take your time, there's no rush. Gently press your way back to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today and taking this time for you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.